Lou looked up as the bell jingled over the door and smiled. "Ronald, good to see you. The usual?" Ronald took a stool and nodded. "Make it a double, Lou. I got a promotion." Lou grinned as he filled a glass with birch beer. Birch beer was crap, the kind of beer mill workers and alcoholics enjoyed, but Ronald seemed to like it, so he kept it on tap. Humphrey wandered in then, tipped his hat to Lou, and got a mug of Busch from the puller. Marcus came in a couple of minutes later, and Lou slid him a mug of Miller High Life. He had just finished a big project. Marcus was a carpenter who took orders, and he showed them some pictures of the tables that he had saved on his phone. The two guys oohed and awed over it, and Marcus swelled with pride. Humphrey and Ronald talked about the football game last week, Cashmere High versus Ravenloft Prep again, and they marveled at the pass Brewster Cunningham had thrown to win it for Cashmere High, just as Lou heard a bus pull in. This surprised Lou because there wasn't supposed to be a bus this afternoon. The buses had already come in today, and there wasn't supposed to be another one until tomorrow at 10 a.m. This led him to believe this might be one of those special buses that sometimes comes in, the kind of bus that has someone of interest on it. The three guys at the bar looked up too, realizing the same thing Lou had, as though by osmosis. "New arrival," Ron sing-songed as he took a sip of his beer. Lou expected to hear someone asking why they were here and how they had come to be here, but there was no such exchange as the entry door closed. What they got was a person dressed in homespun clothes, a checkered shirt and a pair of overalls in this case, with a bag slung over one arm and a bright smile on their face. That smile, Lou would remember that smile for the rest of his life. The man walked in, not with confusion, but with purpose. Lou imagined it was the way soldiers walked onto the battlefield when they believed wholeheartedly in their cause. The man had no fear or curiosity about him, and when he saw the men sitting at the bar, he came over and introduced himself. To Lou, his voice sounded a little like TV static, and it made his teeth come together most unpleasantly. "Good day, gentlemen. I wonder if you have a moment for something very important." Ronald cocked an eyebrow at him, clearly wanting to be polite, but not really liking the sound of what the man was selling. "I suppose we have a moment. Why don't you pull up a bar stool and have a drink with us, and we'll see what you have to talk about." The man waved the drink away as Lou appeared with a mug of something cheap. "Oh, heavens no, I don't drink, but I have come to tell you the good news. I've been sent to your town with a very special message, and I think you'll want to hear about it." The kid behind the desk, the one that everybody saw when they came in, and who was ultimately pretty unhelpful, looked up as he heard the new guy talking. He got a look on his face, a look like someone that's shoved a pepper grinder under his nose, and Lou could see him getting up and coming towards the bar. The kid usually didn't move unless it was to find something new to read, but there were times like this one when he smelled something amiss and came to investigate. "Good news, huh?" Humphrey asked, sounding confused. "Buddy, I think it's us that might want to fill you in. You see, this place is special, but it definitely takes some getting used to. Why don't you have a seat and tell us what it is you do, so maybe we can point you in the right direction and get you squared away comfortably." The man took a seat, still smiling. "Do? Well, what I do is bring the word of the Bright." "The Bright?" Marcus asked, but Lou had heard enough. He saw the kid heading for the door, his hand resting on the lock, which would close the door to the station from the inside. He had something in his hand, and Lou nodded as they made eye contact, and reached slowly under the counter. Yes, the Bright. It's a wonderful way of life. The Bright Farm accepts anyone who is willing to stand before the Bright and bare their soul. They have recently been looking for new places to bring the Bright to, and are excited to discover new areas and new people. Does this sound like something any of you gentlemen might be interested in? Lou was sliding the safety off the pistol under the bar, and as he slipped it behind his back, he let his face take on that shiny look, the look of someone who's had a great revelation. You know, pal, I think I might be interested in learning more about the Bright. The smiling man turned to look at Lou, his grin threatening to cut his face in half. That's excellent! I would love to share the good news with you. Lou tried his best to keep his face neutral, not wanting to give anything away. He wasn't sure it really mattered. This guy didn't seem to see him the way normal people did. To him, Lou was just a mark to be checked off, and he intended to do just that. Why don't you step into the back so we can talk a little more privately? News like this needs to be something private. The young man smiled and nodded, getting up and following Lou into the back behind the bar. There wasn't much behind the bar, a storage room with a bunch of racks for alcohol and other supplies. It was big enough to hold the things that Lou needed for day in and day out, but also muffled enough for what he was about to do. The kid stood there amidst the smell of alcohol, smiling and rocking a little as he grinned placidly at Lou. So, let me tell you about the Bright. It fills you with its light and joy and makes you a whole new person. Before I found the Bright, I was miserable. I was addicted to drugs. I spent my evenings in a haze, and I was on the road to nowhere. Now I've found the Bright, and my life is so... He stopped talking when Lou pointed the gun at him. He didn't look scared, more curious than anything. It was clearly not the only time he'd had a gun shoved in his face, and some of the terror was lost after the third or fourth time. His smile was still there too, plastered on painfully tight, and he was staring at Lou as if begging him to go ahead and do it. Well, he asked after 40 seconds had passed, what are you waiting for? I want to know why you guys keep coming to town, Lou rasped, some of his nerves slipping. Oh? Am I not the only missionary to come visit Cashmere? Lou heard the metal clink as the gun shook. You know you aren't. The man was smiling, but now it looked smug, self-important. No, I guess I'm not. The truth is, the Bright wants this town. It's hidden. It's strange. And the Bright wants to bring its message to the people of Cashmere. We'll find a way in. It's only a matter of time. You can kill me, but I won't be the last. The Bright always gets what it wants. As Lou tried to make his finger work, he could see a ghastly shadow rising behind the man. It was the shadow cast by a bright flame, a growing, dreadful darkness that rose as the light in the room seemed to dim. The man's smile was jack-o'-lantern-like, and Lou saw that the man had taken a step forward as he sat there trying to decide The shaking barrel of the gun was pressed against his forehead, and Lou struggled against whatever was threatening to engulf him as he tried to pull the trigger. Then, the man's eyes suddenly fogged, and he fell away from the gun as he toppled to the floor. The kid from the front desk was standing there, holding a wrench and scowling at Lou. "What were you thinking? That shit might fly when no one's here, but we don't want to spook the patrons. Use a knife or something next time. Something that doesn't make so much racket." He caught the guy up under the arms and dragged him out the back door, heading for wherever he had taken the last 3 missionaries that had come in on the bus and needed to be dealt with. "Now, get back out there and serve those guys. We have to pretend that everything is okay." Lou nodded, heading out front and smiling at the customers as they told him to join them. "Hey," Ronald asked a few hours later, as his drunken haze lifted a little, "whatever happened to that weird smiling fella?" Lou glanced at the desk and locked eyes with the kid before turning back to Ronald. "Oh, don't worry. He went to relieve himself out back. I'm sure he'll be back soon." They met eyes again as Lou wiped the bar, and the look he gave Lou forbade him from asking any questions. Lou liked the bar, and he liked his job, but as the missionaries kept coming in, he had begun to dread the arrival of the new buses. You just never knew who was going to come in with them these days.
Good evening, everyone. It's me, Dr. Plague. Thank you so much for joining us for tonight's show. If you think you might like a little more spooky in your life, then please feel free to click on one of the videos we have up here. Maybe look at one of the playlists if you're trying to get caught up. I know, there's so many videos on the channel. There's so many series that are going at the same time. Sometimes you just need a little refresher course, and I gotta say, I always enjoy the views. If you're not subscribed, feel free to hit that subscribe button. Maybe hit the bell so you don't miss anything. We upload a lot on this channel, so you won't want to miss a single story as they come out. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click on the Amazon link down there. There's quite a few books in my Amazon account. You can have a look, and if you'd like a signed copy, get up with me through email, and I'll be happy to work something out with you. Also, there's links to my Patreon, and you can become a member on the channel if you'd like your spooky a little bit early. Patrons and members on the $5 tier get their videos 12 hours early. That's in the morning as opposed to in the evening. Patrons at the $10 level also get a signed copy of my book anytime I write one. Speaking of my patrons, you should see them appearing right now. Just wanted to take a minute to say how much I appreciate all of you. Patrons, subscribers, however you give to the channel. I really appreciate everything you do, and it truly touches me that you have chosen to support the channel in this way. Well, that's enough for now. Till next time, Dr. Plague, signing off. Have a wonderful evening.